What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Two for Two, your sports podcast for the culture, by the voices of the culture. I'm your host, Quis. I'm here as always, man, with my brother Nell. We are back on the pod today for you guys in season 4, episode 13. We got NFL talk, and guess what? Today is the beginning of the NBA season, so let's get right to it. Starting off, Nell, as we always do, man. We did not go 2 for 2 this week. Unfortunately, this week, I was on the losing side of our necessary 2-0 weekend.
Let the people know.
Nell's Cowboys with a big divisional win over the Commanders. Very convincing. That offense looked amazing. Dak and all his weapons are back. CD back. Pickens still looking good. Turpin was back.
Yeah, Pickens is a guy.
He's like that. He's like
guy,
that, right? Yeah. Hey, the Steelers might have made a mistake. It's what we thought, right? When the Steelers got DK, we're thinking, oh, DK and Pickens, that's a fire joint. Let them go to Dallas. Dak looks great throwing around.
CD and Pickens is a fire joint too.
How you feeling after that win, man?
I feel the same. Offense is great.
Yeah.
Defense is
not so great.
Garbage. So
y'all had them to what, 15 though? 15, 16 points?
No, 22.
That's when I started watching.
44,
so
22.
They had 15 and they must have scored again. That was when I was open watching y'all. But yeah, man.
Dead
big
clock
win.
is right twice a day, as they say.
Happens. So, on the other side of things, my Buccaneers, Monday night game with the Lions, another NFC powerhouse.
Yeah, that game was over before it started.
It wasn't. It really wasn't. It just didn't go well for us. That's all.
Anyone with eyes could have seen how that night was going to go.
I mean, all things considered, at one point in time, the score was what, 14-0 after our offense stalled out 4 straight times?
It was over after that. It was over. It was over after 7-0, to be honest with you.
Right. You've been waiting all week for this.
No, I haven't. Like, I'm just saying, like,
last week
I turned the game on. I watched a little bit of it, and you could just tell that the way the Lions started offensively, the way the Bucs were looking, they came out, like, yeah, wrong place, wrong time. You know it was going to be.
We usually start slow.
You wasn't going to end fast in this one. I saw that one coming, so.
Right. Okay. You're just a genius. Well, congratulations. Now, you were so correct. We lost to the Lions 5-2, still leading the NFC South. We lost Mike Evans again. So, end of my GOAT's 1,000-yard streak at 11. He will not be getting there this year. He'll be back before the end of the year, but unless he somehow gets like 500 yards in 2 games, I'm not sure how he'll 500 yards in 2 games straight. I'm not sure.
I mean, we know he's going to call for the ball, so.
Yeah, I mean, but even yesterday, he's just out of rhythm. You could tell. Yesterday, he was out of rhythm. He's going to miss 6 to 8 weeks, more probably on the 8-week side.
So what happens when you rush back to get that 1,000 yards?
He didn't rush back. He sat for 3 weeks. His hamstring's fine.
He just said enough is enough. How else am I going to get these 1,000 yards?
My guy's hamstring's fine. He gets his head splattered into the ground. So that's cool. But, it is what it is. We'll start with the Lions, man. Right now they look like the top of the NFC. We talked about how they looked after week 1, and we were, I was a little bit too reactionary to it, but hey, since then, I think Jared Goff still only has 1 pick. He's beaten us. He's beaten a lot of good teams, actually. So, how you feeling about the Lions? Are they sitting firmly at the top of the NFC by themselves, or are they your favorite at this point?
Yeah, it's funny how quickly things change. Just last week, we were talking about the Bucs, leading the charge, and obviously, I said, we still gotta, show respect to the Lions, the Eagles, and Rams, and I still feel that way. I don't think any one team has necessarily completely separated themselves atop the NFC. I think about those 4 teams I talked about: the Eagles, the Rams, the Bucs, the Lions. I think all of those are kind of in the same tier right now. All of them are 5-2, if I'm not mistaken. 49ers are 5-2 as well. But I think eventually those injuries are going to catch up to them. Although Kyle Shanahan's done a great job down there, and Christian McCaffrey, had a big game against the Falcons. But I think, it's like I said, it's really early. A lot of this like conversation of who's the best, who's going to be the last team standing, it's really just talk until we actually get to December, January. So I'm confident in saying that, those 4 teams are, the class of the NFC, but which one will come out, depends on who's playing the best football, who's healthiest, like I said, come December and January. But
Yeah,
the Lions have
it's
certainly, played extremely well over the last, 4 or 5 weeks.
yeah, I feel like it's going to be kind of, it's going to be a little give and take on both sides, but especially in the NFC for a little while. Like you said, the Bucks, the Eagles, the Lions, the Rams, obviously all those teams are looking great. The Seahawks look pretty good as well out there in the NFC. So, it's any given Sunday in the NFL, right? So all these teams will undoubtedly have to see one another again down the line in the playoffs. And like you said, like until then, who knows? It depends on who's healthiest at that time. In this game, Lions were down their whole secondary, but they stepped up, right? Buccaneers down some players, didn't step up. The Eagles, they got their offense on track over this past weekend as well. Rams go on the road or go to London rather, and beat a 4-2 Jags team, that had this one of the best defenses in the NFL, and it didn't even look close. So, we'll see how the NFC shakes out for sure. But looking at the AFC side, man, we also had a team that received a big weapon back, man. Rashee Rice back in Kansas City. Of course, they get him a touchdown in this first game. Of course, he has a big game in this first game.
2 of them.
After, yeah, right, 2 touchdowns. That was a dominating performance. We talked last week. We were saying the Chiefs kind of were starting to look like the Chiefs of old. But wow, at this point in time, man, are the Chiefs officially back? Now that they got Rashee Rice back, they got all their weapons in. Xavier Worthy's playing well. Hollywood Brown has carved out a role, and Travis Kelce, as we know, has still looked pretty decent this far. How you feeling about the Chiefs?
Yeah, the Patty Invitational is back open for business. Um, the way the Bills have been looking, and the rest of the AFC are kind of surprising and young teams on the rise. Um, Obviously, this is a team that's been to the Super Bowl representing the AFC the past 5 years or so, 4 or 5 years. Um, so they've got the championship DNA. They know what it takes to get there. They're finally getting healthy. Defensively, they're still top 3 in the league. Offensively, Patty's starting to look like the Patty of old as far as creating more explosive plays downfield. I think they have more passing plays of like 20 or more or 40 or more yards this season than last year already. Um, like I said, you see when Rice came back how he was featured heavily, and I think that just opened the field up for everyone. Kelsey, Hollywood Brown, Xavier Worthy, just makes everyone a lot better. They're 12th in running, but it doesn't feel like it.
Yeah,
Pacheco hasn't had a 100-yard game since
a lot of that is
2023.
Patty as well. Just Patty's
Mahomes
hand.
makes up like 30% of the rushing yards. So I mean, they're technically a middle of the pack rushing offense, but if they can ever up that, and Pacheco can be a little bit more effective, they've really got something. But like I said, what quarterback in the AFC would you trust more than Patrick Mahomes? So if that defense is playing like they've been playing, and now his weapons are healthy, um, like yeah, it kind of looks like they are the favorite in the AFC, even with like I said, the Colts playing the way they've been playing. I know Josh is on a little slump right now. I expect the Bills to pick it back up. Uh,
Lamar
Ravens
coming
get
back.
Lamar back, but
Yeah.
they're 1-5, 1-6. We'll see if they can win enough games and get themselves in playoff positioning. But Chiefs look great right now.
Yeah, definitely. They definitely do. It's scary to think this team, like you said, it looks like the Patty Invitational again, especially with how the AFC has looked. As you said, no Lamar, got the Ravens in the dumps. The Bills have lost two straight. Or did they play this week? I think they had a bye week this week.
Yeah, that bye.
And then, we have the Colts who we're about to talk about in a second, that they're 6-1. I think they have the best record in the NFL right now. Jonathan Taylor looks like every bit of the Jonathan Taylor that we remember from 2-3 years ago, prior to being hurt last year pretty heavily, or the year before that rather. But man, the Chiefs look real, and we know that defense is what it is. And I think you said it perfectly. It's just, who would I rather have at quarterback? You know what I'm saying, at this point, come out of AFC, and then just you can't say he doesn't have weapons around him. This is probably the best that supporting cast is going to look and they have looked in the last few years. So, but speaking on the Colts, man, like we said, best record in the NFL. Daniel Jones looks legitimate. That defense is legitimate. They got Pittman over there. They got Taylor over there. Tyler Warren, the rookie tight end, having a hell of a year as well. Is it time that we take the Colts serious as legitimate contenders out of the AFC?
I think you can. I think they're the real deal. Does that mean they'll make the Super Bowl? Like I said, it's hard for me to go into a playoff game with the Colts going up against Josh Allen or Mahomes and not making them the favorite. But I think they can offensively for sure. They can go toe to toe with anyone in the AFC. Um, if Daniel Jones continues to play like this, like you said, Jonathan Taylor, if he's running the ball like that, leading the league in touchdowns and rushing, if he can continue to be a force in the backfield like that, and Daniel Jones can continue to be efficient and not turn the ball over, like they've got a ton of weapons. Offensive line is great. Um, Defensively, they're not scaring anyone. That's probably about the only thing that I worry about with them. I don't think they're stopping Mahomes or Josh Allen or anything, but I think offensively they have a chance to win a shootout.
Yeah,
They're opportunistic, so they can, if they can get a turnover or two defensively, that only bodes well for them getting the ball back to that offense and letting them, try to put more points on the board. Number one offense in the league so far this year. Um, they've setting franchise record for points scored. Doing stuff that not even Peyton Manning's Colts have done or Andrew Luck. So they're doing great things down there. That's also been one of the best coaching jobs with Shane Steichen,
oh yeah,
what he's been doing down there. But them being able to run the ball really puts them in that elite class. So if Daniel Jones can continue to be the Daniel Jones that we've seen this year and doesn't, in the biggest moments revert back to the Daniel Jones that we've seen in the past, I think they can compete with anyone.
yeah. They kind of remind me of like the offensive version of last year's Vikings, right? Where I mean, obviously the Vikings offense was really good as well, but that defense was kind of their bread and butter with Sam Darnold and how they looked offensively with Jettas and everything. They were able to still be a very hard out each week. And I think, the Colts team kind of reminds me of that roster and that team last year where they can be the team to come out here and put points up, get enough stops, win games, and be competitive in the AFC. Like similarly, like you said, though, we saw the Vikings team when Sam Darnold went to bad Sam Darnold, how everything kind of fell apart, right? So I can see that being something that could come down the line. But I mean, you're absolutely right. At this point, man, like why not? Why not the Colts? It's a team that's always been pretty solid, right? They despite the Anthony Richardson in and out fiasco for the last 2 years, and I was talking to one of my friends that's a Colts fan. It's crazy to think that who knows if Anthony Richardson doesn't go out there and get hurt again and do that whole thing. Maybe we don't even see Daniel Jones out on the field just yet, right? And we don't see this team from the Colts, but big shout out to Daniel Jones and what he's doing out there. I think he's like top 5 in passing yards on the season. You already talked about Jonathan Taylor. So I mean, hey, the way the AFC looks right now to me, it's the Chiefs and it's the Colts. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. I don't know if they play this year. Do they play?
They
Let me
do.
see. They do?
We'll get a
Okay.
much better,
So we'll
better
get to see that.
evaluation weeks 9 through 13 when they play the Steelers, Texans,
Hmm.
Chiefs, Falcons, uh,
They got the Jags in there too, but yeah, 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 yeah.
all those teams top
Yeah, they
top
got some good
10
games.
in scoring
Yeah.
defense and yards in the league.
Oh
Steelers
yeah.
top 3 in sacks. So
That'll be
we'll see
good.
how real that offense is
Yeah.
in the next month or two.
Yeah, we'll definitely see what Daniel Jones has. Not to take anything away from them, but the hard part of the schedule is in front of them, so they're about to see a little bit of that. Another team out in the AFC though that is making some headway, man. Those New England Patriots and Drake May. You talked about it a little bit over the weekend. Just how good he's looked. They're atop the AFC East. Can they legitimately win this division? A division ran
I,
by your boy.
I think they can. Um,
Shout out Mike Vrabel.
I'm a huge believer in Drake May. Um, that defense Is a top 5 to 10 unit in the league. Like you said, Vrabel's been great all year. We knew he was going to instill some toughness back into the New England Patriots. Um, so yeah, they've been playing great football. Like we talked about last week, their schedule is just it's a cupcake schedule. Um, I think they play the Ravens, the Bills one more time, the
They
Bucks,
got
but
yeah.
yeah, but that's winnable.
That's out of the bye though. Come on now.
Um, so I mean, I think they play another possible
I
playoff
got
team
I
too.
got it right here. They got Browns, Falcons, Bucks, Jets, Bengals, Giants, Bills, Ravens, Jets, Dolphins. So they might lose 3 more games.
Yeah, so I mean, if they split like with Falcons, Ravens, Bills, and
You know
whoever
the team's
else,
name. You
I
know the
mean
team's
they
name.
and the Bucks. That's what it was. The
Thank you.
Bucks.
Appreciate you.
If they split those 4 games, like realistically, they could go like 13 and
Yeah.
4,
Yeah.
12
I
and
mean,
5.
you should be able to beat the Giants. You should be able to beat the Bengals with Joe Flacco, even though they just beat the Steelers and cooked me. You got the Jets twice, and, and they got Tyrod starting now, which I told you Justin Fields wasn't gonna make it much longer. So uh, had to throw that out there. But yeah, man, shout out to the Patriots. It's good to see. Like it feels right, like that the Patriots aren't just irrelevant, right? It felt kind of weird going from that. Obviously, a lot of people in the AFC, I'm sure, were fine with that. Obviously, but just seeing them be relevant, see Drake May look good, and this is without. I know last game they had a pretty good run performance from Stevenson, but this is a lot. A lot of this is happening without a real run game from them right now, a real threat of a run game. So
Bottom 5 rushing attack. Yeah, it's
yeah,
been
yeah.
just Drake May throwing it all over the yard.
Yeah, and he's throwing it to uh, recovering from injury Diggs, Kayshawn Booty, what's the tight end's name? My guy Hunter Henry.
Hunter Henry.
He's throwing to those guys out there. So Drake May might be legitimate. But man, we're gonna move on to the NBA because that is no, it's back, man. We made
Go
it.
time.
We made it. My Knicks, we're in turmoil already as the season approaches. But
He's
today,
never dealt with load management before.
I
He
haven't.
don't he
I
don't know how to
haven't.
deal with it.
I haven't. We low managing our starting center that I didn't know was injured.
I'm
So
very experienced in load managing your starting
yeah.
center.
Yeah. I'll need you to give me some pointers on how to survive my guy missing the season opener. It's almost like you could have load managed him all the
You,
way up till now.
you
But
you just try not to pay attention to it.
yeah,
That's the best you can do.
but between that and Cat talking about he still don't know what his role is on the team. Apparently now he's questionable as well. Josh Hart got a bad back. Won't even run on offensive plays in
Oh yeah,
preseason.
Giannis must be on the way.
Things things are not looking up for me right
Giannis
now,
must be
man.
on the way.
Things are not looking up. But man, let's do something a little different, man. We're gonna do some all NBA team predictions. First team, second team, and third team predictions. Nell, you want me to go first? You want to go first? How you want to do this, man?
I can go first.
Go ahead, drop your first team. Let's do first team first.
First 5. All right, we're
All
gonna
right.
go Jokic, obviously.
Okay. Yep.
Luca. Think he's gonna have a great year.
Okay.
Obviously it's assuming everyone is healthy.
Of course.
Um SGA, of course, reigning MVP champ.
Fine. I'm good with that.
Ant-Man, I think he averages like
Yeah.
close to 30 this year.
I battle with that.
And then I'm gonna go Giannis. I mean,
That's a good
he's
list.
locked in for 30 and 10 every year. So
I feel like the big four are locked in, right? We know, barring injuries, Jokic, Giannis, Shea, Luca, all should very well be first team. Now, where it got murky for me was with Anthony Edwards. I did write his name on there first, but you know who I am, and you know what I did.
I was hoping you didn't.
I legitimately, it's the last name I wrote because Ant was the first name, but I switched it to Jalen Brunson. And here's why. My reasoning is I think the Knicks record will be better than the Wolves record at the end of this season. I think my guy gets a Donovan Mitchell first team All NBA this
Didn't
year.
Ant make first team last year? Or am I crazy?
What's that mean?
Because didn't the Knicks have a better record than Then what was it
But
last year?
my guy's numbers are gonna go up as well.
Okay.
Yeah, their numbers are going up as well. So, and actually, he did not make it last year.
Okay.
It was Tatum and Donovan Mitchell. Giannis, Jokic, Tatum, Donovan Mitchell, Shea.
Well, don't have to worry about
Technically,
Tatum.
right. And I don't think Donovan Mitchell makes it. So slide my boy on in there. And Brunson were on the second team last year together. If you remember, last year Jalen Brunson was the number one American MVP vote getter, not Ant. Ant was not on there.
Okay.
Just saying. Behind Shea and Jokic. So pump the brakes. What about second team? What you got? Let me hear this one. This is where it gets interesting. That first team minus the fifth guy, you can kind of whatever. I want to see.
Second
I
was
want to see
easy.
what you did.
Second was
Okay.
easy. So I got
Okay.
Wemby.
Ooh.
I got AD.
Okay.
I got KD.
Okay.
I got Donovan Mitchell. And last, I'm gonna get Brunson on there. I'm gonna get your guy Brunson on there. I know you was waiting.
The funny thing was, I really wasn't even thinking about Brunson. I was trying to like keep up with how many names while also looking at my list to see like how we kind of compare. That's a good list.
Yeah.
That's a good list. I got mine is similar.
Wemby looks different in preseason, so
I'm gonna just put it out there. Wemby's on my third team, but I did battle with it, and I like that you said that though. I got Donovan Mitchell. I got Steph Curry. I got
that was tough for me to leave Steph
and
Curry off.
KD, and here's my wild card, your guy, Cade Cunningham.
Okay, I like that. I
got Cade on there. This is a fun exercise. I actually had a lot of fun doing this, by the way. Third team, let's get it. What you got? This is where it gets real fun.
Yeah, third team was rough.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Jaylen Brown.
I
think he has the numbers, and I think the Celtics
will have the numbers.
I don't think the Celtics will be like top 3 in the East, but I have a sneaky feeling like they'll be a top 6 seed. Just a sneaky feeling if everything goes right. But I think either way they'll at least be in the play-in, and I think he's gonna have a great year. I got Paolo on there. I think Orlando's gonna have a pretty good year. Obviously, he's the driving force of that team. I think this is a contract year for him too, if I'm not mistaken, or did he already get an extension?
Paolo, I think, didn't he give him one after he got that 50-point game? Then he got hurt.
Probably, but then I'm gonna go Cade. Then I'm gonna go Trae Young. Trae Young finally gets the media support back. I think he's gonna have a winning season, and they won't be able to deny his 27-11 anymore. Because it actually is going to result in winning. So I'm gonna take Trae, and then the last spot was tough for me. I got Cat / Curry. I don't know which one I'm gonna take.
I was waiting.
I feel so disrespectful leaving Curry off the list, but I just feel like Cat is gonna have another pretty good year in New York, where they're gonna be
last year. Yeah,
they're gonna be a top 2 seed in the East. So I feel like he has a great chance to make the list.
I appreciate
that. But it was
man.
very tough for me to leave off Steph and LeBron. I actually feel kind of crazy for doing it. I feel like there's got to be some way for me to fit them on here.
I got LeBron on here with the if healthy tag next to it. So let's say
that's the thing.
He's already
missing the start of the season.
Right. He's already missing a lot of games, right? So I wanted to put LeBron on here. I wanted to put Embiid on here. I wanted to put Kawhi on here. I'm just throw that out there. But those are my 3 mulligans
as well.
Those are my 3 guys that might not get in there. So I got Cat. He's 13 last year. I got Wemby.
I left most of the old heads out except for KD and AD because I don't know. I just expect them to
they're fine. They're fine
to hoop this year. But all the other old heads, I feel like they'll probably miss some games. Be load managing a little bit during the season. They don't really care about accolades no more.
Definitely. And I think that's where I kind of got nervous because, like I said, I have Brown on there. I got Cat on there. I got Wemby. I got Anthony Davis. And if I'm not going to put LeBron, I'm going to put a guy that made it last year. I should go with a younger Cat. I could see the Trae Young. But because I feel like Kawhi's going to miss enough games this year and it's going to have to be him again, James Harden, he's still going to find a way to average middle 20 to 25, and he's going to get his 10 to 12 assists a game.
20. That is 20.
I think
that's not.
He might get 20
to 22. 20 to 22.
23 and a half.
He's maxing out at 22.
11.2
He hasn't averaged 25 since Houston. He's maxing out at 22.
That's all right. Stop hating.
It's not hate.
Leave him
It's just
alone.
being realistic. It's maxing out at 22. They got
Hey,
beat.
if
They
he
got
does it,
Beal and Chris Paul now, and Kawhi for hopefully a full
matters
season.
matters not.
To James Harden
The beard
scoring,
is
yeah,
still the beard. The beard is still the beard. Y'all gonna stop hating on the beard.
the beard that averages 10, 11 assists. Yeah,
Hey, let us know what y'all think about our All NBA teams, man. I actually am curious to hear who you guys have, man. We might have to throw a poll or something up on there and let's see who gonna contribute and give us their teams. But let's go to the playoffs, man. Let who you got? Give me your playoff and playing. So what's that? 10 teams? 12 teams? It's 10 teams, right? So give me your 10.
all right. I did this in no order because I don't like the order thing. Shit happens during the season. Injuries happen. There's
That's fine.
surprises and downfalls. I don't like
That's
the
fine.
order. But we
Okay.
can
Give me
number
your
one,
10. Give me
obviously,
your
I'm gonna go Philly in the East, of course. Number one, I'm gonna go Philly. It's like I
You
said,
just
this is
said
no
no
order.
order, no numbers, and then
This is literally no order. But this is the first
if
team that
if
I'm
the
like
Knicks are the
I'm
last team
saying
you say, I'm
no,
stopping
bro.
it as soon as you're done.
No, that's not. All right, then we're gonna go Boston, Milwaukee. I'm gonna take Detroit. Obviously, I'm high on Atlanta. We're gonna throw Atlanta in there.
I actually can't stand this
Bro, this is
team.
just how I typed it out. Don't take this personal. Like, it's not in order. I got Boston and Milwaukee before like Cleveland. So calm down.
Right.
Calm down.
Right.
Pump the brakes,
Right.
man. It's all right.
Okay. I
All right.
trust
So
you. Not really.
we got Cleveland.
Okay.
We got Orlando, usuals. And
Usuals.
this is when it got difficult for me.
I can only
Um
imagine.
yeah, so I guess
I
I'll
can
put
only
Miami in
imagine.
there by default. Is that
Where are
wrong?
you
Did
at?
I put Miami in there by default?
You have no numbers, so I don't know how many teams you said.
I'm at 8 right now.
Okay. So you haven't said
I
Cleveland or
have
New
two
York.
more teams left. I said
And
Cleveland.
oh, so you're gonna throw Toronto in there?
I'm gonna throw New York in there.
Oh, okay.
And then my last spot, I'm like torn between Toronto and might sound crazy, but I feel like Charlotte can make a run for the top 10 seed. Yeah,
Did you just say Charlotte?
I did. It sounds
Get out of here.
crazy.
When I said Toronto last year, you flamed me every week for the
Was I right?
entire
Was I
year.
not right or wrong though?
Okay,
Was I right
you
or wrong?
and I'm letting you know I'm going to do the same thing to you this year.
That's fine. I have
Okay,
Toronto first, but I just feel like Charlotte is a sneaky play-in contender.
okay.
They have the talent, yo. Like
They do.
they
They
have the
absolutely do.
talent. Melo
They
just does
absolutely
not
do.
play
He does
winning
not care.
basketball, but
Right, he
like
does not care. He's just out there vibing.
Brandon Miller is nice. Like Miles
Let's hope he
Bridges
takes the
is
leap.
a productive player. Um, I thought they made a couple solid offseason additions.
They brought in the white guys.
They brought in
Culture
some
setters, right?
professionals. Some
Oh,
professionals. They brought
the
in some
culture setters,
professionals.
huh?
Yeah. So um, I'm hoping maybe a more professional setting can maybe lead to some winning on the court. Like Melo's gonna
Touche.
get you 25 and 8. Like we can just hone
Touche.
that into some winning basketball. They can do something, man. I think they can do
All right.
something. But
Okay.
I'll go Toronto for now, just because I mean
Oh,
I got Scotty
you
Barnes
like
and Ingram
Brandon
and
Ingram?
Maple Mamba and what's the other Nick guy?
Quickly.
Yeah, quickly. So I mean
You
it's
said
not
Grady Dick.
good, but it's something. I don't know about I flirted with Washington a little bit just because maybe they got some old heads in there, but
You gotta stop. I do
that's how
forget
bad
that
the bottom of the East is.
I do forget they have CJ McCollum now, which I think is
And
crazy.
Chris Middleton
Yeah. Ew.
and a bunch of young cats that maybe they prove something.
Okay.
But look, that's the bottom of the East for you. Like
let me give you a
it
real
wasn't
Eastern
easy.
Conference. Let me give you a real Eastern Conference. I'm gonna try to put this in order because
Okay.
I'm gonna try for the sake of the exercise. Number one, we're gonna go with the Knicks. Number
You
two,
said
I'll
yours
go.
is in order.
Mhm.
Okay.
Two, I'll go Cleveland. Three, might shock some people, but I'm gonna sneak Orlando in there at third.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Milwaukee 4. Nope, I lied. Yep. I'm gonna go Milwaukee 4. Detroit 5.
See, trying to put this in order is just a headache.
Boston 6. I'm gonna put your guys at 7.
Okay.
Oh wait, nope. I'm gonna put Atlanta at 7. I'll put your guys at 8.
Okay.
Just because I don't know when Paul George
No
is
need
gonna
to
play,
explain,
if he's
brother.
gonna
No
play.
need to explain.
I mean, I'm being genuine. Plus,
You're being genuine
I'd
at 8.
love for y'all to find a way to get in there and then come play us first. That would be great.
That is not the first round matchup you want.
And then I'll do Miami and Indiana, round it out. I think Indiana
Yeah.
with Pascal is better than the Wizards or the Raptors or the Hornets. Did I say Boston? I put Boston in there, didn't I? Okay. I think that's good. That's fair.
You want to
That's
tell me
fair.
what the Raptors did when they just had Pascal?
They got a much better system in Indiana. They're still gonna run. They're still gonna do everything that they normally do. If Benedict Mathurin takes a step like he looks in preseason,
When
maybe
I
that's their
said
fault.
when I said something about him possibly taking a step, you chuckled at me.
I did, but I said if he does, like you said, then
Now you're
maybe they'll
using
be a
it.
little
Now
bit
you're
better.
using it in your argument to put the Pacers in the
I
top
just
10.
don't see how the Pacers are worse than the Raptors. Brandon Ingram's not going to play all year.
They lost 2
There's a reason why
starters.
the young Knicks are in Toronto not doing anything. Washington, I don't give a damn
They
what
gave
vets
Brandon
they
Ingram
bring
for
through
a
that
full
door.
season. He didn't play at all last
They
year.
won't.
Okay.
They won't get him for a full season.
Okay.
Brooklyn is barely an NBA team, and I just know. I mean, Chicago will fight. They'll be around there. They always are. But nah. What
I
you
just
got
don't
out
know how we
west?
have
I'll go
confidence
west.
in a team that lost 2 starters and didn't replace them.
I think they're just better than the worst teams in the NBA. Like
Would you like to bet on
the
that?
bottom of the East, the bottom of the East make up the worst teams in the NBA.
Would you like to bet on that?
Hit me up on November 1st. I'll let you know.
By November 1st?
I don't know how to get into that on here. I'll do my West teams now.
My people will
Did
be
you do your West?
contacting your
Did you
people.
do your West out of order?
Yeah, I did it all out of order.
All right. You want to go ahead, or you want me to do it?
Yeah, I'll go.
All right, go ahead. What you got? I'd
Like
like
I
to
said,
hear
no,
the out of order that you put these in.
it's literally no order. Like I have the
I just
Lakers first.
no
I
because
have the Lakers first. I just wrote down
it just
teams that.
shows it just shows what teams come to your head first. That's what I meant.
I
It
mean, like, yeah, it
baffled me
does. It
that
does.
it took you until team 9 to come up with the Knicks. But it's fine. Go ahead. We're on the
I
West.
mean, they're on the list. Like, what are we
You're
talking
right.
about here?
Y'all are on my list, and I got crap for saying y'all were 8. So
Because you did it on
you had us
purpose.
9.
And
I
yours
did it.
yours was in order. Mine wasn't.
I
If I did
think
mine's
y'all
in
would be
order, I would have had y'all
if
top
Joel Embiid
10.
misses much of the year, and so does Paul George, I think y'all will still hover in at 8 with 20 games of Embiid and 10 games of PG.
I mean, I didn't argue with you. I quite
Western
literally
Conference. You're
didn't
getting
argue.
you already know I'm getting
You're
worked up
upset
because
that my list that is not in order did not have the Knicks number 1, which is kind of crazy. I'm not going to lie to you.
No, my problem was that your list that was 9 order had the Knicks at 9. That was the 9th team you thought of.
There's no order, so there is no number, if we're being honest here.
I'm ready
Like,
for
the
your
Knicks don't
Western
have to be number
Conference.
1 at everything. It's okay.
I'm ready for your Western Conference.
All right. In the West, we're going to go Lakers, Mavs, Rockets, Nuggets,
That's 4.
Thunder,
5.
T-Wolves,
6.
Clippers,
7.
Warriors.
8.
And then I'm torn. This is when it gets a little difficult. I'm going to take the
Right.
Spurs.
I think that's reasonable.
And in those last 2 spots, I'm torn between Memphis and Phoenix. Memphis, I don't know if Ja's going to be healthy.
Yeah, I
They
feel like they're in
traded
similar
Desmond
spots.
Baines. They got KCP. It's a bit of a weird roster now.
It is.
The Suns, kind of the same deal. Bit of a weird roster now. Don't really got a real point guard. You traded for Jalen Green and Dylan Brooks. You know, they do got Malawak and I think his name, the center from Charlotte, Mark Williams or something now. So they do have a little bit more size, but just don't know what to expect from those 2 teams. And it's kind of hard for me to pick Utah and Portland and those teams. I mean, maybe New Orleans if Zion is fully healthy, but I don't trust it. And I still don't know about the fit with Jordan Poole and all those that roster that they got down there.
It's JP3. The Poole party's back.
But I mean, I have to see it to believe it. So
that's fair.
But for right now, that's what I got.
All right, I like that. I'm gonna try to do this in order again. OKC, Denver.
Yeah, is it that hard?
Minnesota, Houston,
Man, a lot of y'all are high on Minnesota this season.
You just gave Ant-Man first team All NBA. If he's first
I
team All
gave
NBA,
I
they
gave a
better.
player All NBA. I didn't give a team top 3 in the
If you
West.
have if he's on there, they should be. It's
Mm,
because they're up there.
I don't think that's how it always works, but okay.
I mean, I'm not saying. I'm saying for the sake of the Timberwolves. You saw his checklist he posted today. Stay as the top
Afterburner.
dog, no leash, man. And he dunking on all
He's
five of
never
them
been
dudes.
he's never been top seed in the West.
It's not what you think. It's what he thinks.
Okay.
All right.
I just
Where
like
I'm
to go
at.
off facts.
I said what? Who I did? OKC, Denver, Houston. Oh no. OKC, Denver, Minnesota, Houston, Golden State, LA Clippers, Dallas. No. LA Clippers, LA Lakers, Dallas.
Lakers over Dallas. Okay.
And then I'm gonna go Spurs Pelicans. 9-10. Yeah. West will be cool, bro. Cause like Memphis is interesting because like it all kind of depends on
The West is
Ja and
always a vibe. That's where all
yeah,
the stars are.
it's
So
a
I
lot
felt
of
kind of
fun.
weird when I was doing these All NBA teams. I felt like I was literally just picking West players. I was like, let me get
Yeah,
some East guys in here.
yeah. All the fun's up happening on the West, man. The Wild Wild West is back. Definitely is back. We'll
Yeah, because
see,
nobody's
man.
about to have fun in the East with Joel and B back.
Yep, this would be a perfect time for us to move on to the pick'em for this
Just
week.
saying.
This would be the great time for us to do that. I managed to gain 0 points this week, and Nell managed to gain 5 points this week. My lock won, but my road team, the Dagnall Steelers, can't beat Joe Flacco on a short week.
Sweep across the board.
And then my Bucks kind of let me down in the upset alert. I thought I'd maybe steal some points back. So, as is, Nell has 16, I have 10. I am absolutely
Season is
cooked.
pretty much over.
Yeah, I may or may not be.
Thanks
cooked.
for coming.
But I'm going to take some risks this week in hopes that Nell also takes some risks. And
I think my risk taking is over.
yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure you'll pack it in at week 8. It's a very Nell thing to do.
I mean,
But hey, man.
when you wrap up the division early, there's no reason to play the starters.
Absolutely.
Rest easy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What you got, man?
What you looking
Lock
for
of the
my lock
week.
of the week? Lock of the week.
I'm sure you have some.
I got a
some
good
things
one.
in mind.
I got
All
a
right,
good lock, yo.
let's hear it.
Mm. Hmm. Let me get the 49ers over the Texans.
Interesting. It's funny you say that because the Niners are actually not favored to win according to this ESPN app.
I know. But they don't know what I know. I'm the locksmith, not them.
Say less, say less. Well, I'm glad that you are taking a risk.
A risk to you.
A risk to me. And I'm gonna do the Chiefs to defeat the Commanders. I think they're
Yeah, I left that
that's a
up there
good
for
lock.
you because I know you need some points. I
I
was going to
do.
take that, but like I know
Yeah,
you begging for it, so I was like, go
yeah.
ahead.
It's pretty rough over here for sure. Road dog.
Let me get the Bills.
Over the Panthers, huh?
A winning team, yeah.
Right, a winning team that they're favored by 8 points.
A team that's won 4 in a row, if I'm not mistaken.
Doesn't matter to me. Doesn't matter to me how you do it. I'm gonna take my Bucks. Divisional game against the Saints, coming off a loss. Could go any way.
Could.
No Mike Evans. Ibuka hamstring might re-aggravate itself. Baker was limping off the field. Chris Godwin's still not back. They hurt somebody else on my team. I forgot who it was.
I got Chris Olave going for 150.
Hassan Reddick. Not with Jamel Dean over there. You're talking about a locksmith. You better wake up. Don't make a scene. It's Ball Dean. He's out there.
Okay.
Upset alert. I'm sure you're fiending for some points right here.
I mean, I don't really need them, but I'll take them. Let me get the Bears over the Ravens.
Are you doing so? Let's say this. Let's say Lamar doesn't play, and that spread changes. I'm
Oh, this
taking it
spread's
off.
locked in. Spread's locked in right now.
That's just not how
it is
that
locked
works.
in right now.
Okay. Okay. The 4-2 Bears
I'm
as
pretty
an
sure.
upset
I'm pretty
over
sure.
the 1-5
I'm pretty sure.
Ravens.
Anytime we've done pick'ems, the spread has changed from Tuesday when we record to the game on Sunday. So
Mhm.
Don't try to do that now
Right,
just because you
right.
losing.
You get very technical with these things, man.
Because
You
you try to
know,
be sneaky, try to
I
be
don't. I
tricky with
don't.
your words.
I don't. I'm gonna go with the Cowboys over the Broncos because I'm not a hater, and my fantasy team, things are looking up. CD's back. I scored the most points I done scored all year, and I still lost. But things are
Well,
looking up.
I
Shout out
guess
to Dak.
I guess for once a Cowboys loss will be beneficial for me because we have not beaten the Denver Broncos since
I would
1995.
I would love to put your emotions in limbo just like that. That would really make my Sunday. Yeah. So
We're good.
that's good. Hopefully I can come back. I don't even think I can come back with this. I think at most I could
Nah,
get
it's
within a
not
point.
enough.
Within a point, it's all right. But we're gonna chop it down slowly, but surely. We're not gonna try to get it all at one time. We'll figure it out. But yeah, that's gonna do it, man. This episode, 2 for 2. Like we said, the NFL season is right in the middle, basically. The NBA season is starting tonight when we're recording this. You'll hear this on Thursday after the Knicks are 1-0 and have more wins than the Jets in one day. Shout out to the Knicks. We appreciate y'all showing love. We appreciate y'all, all y'all that subscribe to the YouTube, whether it's whether you listen on Apple Podcasts, Spreaker, Spotify, we there too. If you just look at the stuff that Nell posts for us on Instagram, hey, that works as well. We appreciate y'all. We had 2 for 2 pod. Keep showing love. We're gonna keep doing this for you. With that, Quis and Nell, 2 for 2. Guess what we about to do? We out of here.
Go Sixers. Go Sixers.
That's not how we end the episode. Let's try this again. 2 for 2. We out.
Trust the process.
It got worse. All right. That's going to do it. Peace out.